What is up, everybody? It's your boy Bruce Wulfe back with you again in another new game. So this time we're going to be taking a look at Hell Warders. So this is a point defense hack and slash type game. Really fun. Is currently super early development, early access type stuff. So Comrade, Sai, and I all have keys for this. So at some point we're going to try and get all three of us into one game because it is up to a 4-person co-op. And I believe there's a 6v6 version as well, but I don't know how that one works because I haven't been able to collect 6 people yet. But as always, remember this game is very early access. Anything you see can possibly change before the game actually comes out. But this is going to be a quick little overview of it. And then Comrade and I do some stuff for the multiplayer so you can see some of the other heroes in action. But I just wanted to take a quick look at these real quick for you. So we have 3 different classes right now. I think they are planning to put one more in, but they haven't yet. So we have Ash, which is very powerful, but he's kind of a melee DPS tank thing, obviously. He has a block. He's got like a swirly move. He's got a couple really cool abilities to have. We have Deadeye, the range DPS. He has 3 different guns he can choose. One's a shotgun that you see him here. He's got a machine gun and a grenade launcher that he can switch between. And the last one is Samson, who's very interesting. He has these explosive barrels that explode for massive amounts of damage when they contact an enemy or after a certain set point. And he's also got a Kamehameha, which sends enemies and his own barrels flying. And you can send your friends flying too, which really haven't figured out a use for that mechanic. But it's really fun to throw them off edges and stuff. But alright, so we're going to make a, let's just, hey, learn to type, Bruce. Yeah, you can do it. There we go. Hey, yeah, there we go. Alright, Bruce Wulfe, that's good enough, confirm. Alright, so you can see I've played with all of them several times. Comrade and I just finished recording the co-op ones, so we've completed them all the way. We're going to go ahead and get into the night first. Loading home. So this is kind of like the loading thing where you get to play around with different stuff. If you go into here, you'll see there's upgrades that are in development and customizing in development. So it leads me to assume that there's going to be some character progression type stuff in this, and the fact that it says that our characters are level 1 in the loading screen. But alright, so let's take a look at this. He's got a basic sword slash for his left one, right click is a shield, and then he's got apparently that stuns the entire crowd around him. And he's got, oh yeah, that one's fun. That's kind of fun. So, Comrade played this dude a while, and he said basically you just kind of jump in and you do the stun mechanic, and then you do the whirlwind to bring them all in. So you jump in, do that, and then do one of these, block whatever's left, and maybe throw some slashes in there. He seemed to have a lot of fun with this. This, however, is not my jam, as some of you may know. I prefer being at a range. So let's take a look at Deadeye real quick. This dude is, he's probably my favorite. But alright, so we'll show you some of the abilities and restrictions for this guy. So he's got a shotgun. You can see it firing out there. It's actually a little bit of an AoE, and it acts like a shotgun. If you get point blank with a boss and unload on it, it does massive amounts of damage. Or you can stand back and just pepper a whole crowd of guys as they're rushing you. You also have grenade launcher. Those do a pretty decent chunk of damage, obviously in an AoE. Yeah, just bounce around and get wherever they want. And then he's got, of course, a machine gun, which works quite well, I think. All fun. Alright, so let's go over to the restrictions for him. So say I did this, and then I wanted to switch weapons and go over to the shotgun. Still have to wait for the reload time before you can fire. So that's a mechanic you gotta keep in mind, because you can't just switch between weapons that are loaded and be ready to go. It's like it's a global timer, basically. Still, this guy is a lot of fun. I'll show you the maps here in a second, but a lot of fun. I enjoy this dude. Alright, so, and last but not least is Samson, the Dethroned one. So, yeah, loading. Alright, so as I said, he's got this thing. So this barrel, basically, you can throw it around with your right click, which is that. Kamehameha! It does like I think 6,000 to 7,000 damage to every monster in the AoE, and you can set down a lot of them. So you can see it has a pretty long cooldown though, but this dude's great as like a support if you have multiple people. If you have one of the other classes that's actually doing the build stuff, which I'll show you build phase and all that in a second, but while they're doing build phase, you can just go and be laying down your barrels in the way of the mobs, and then if you finish quick enough, then you'll have the other guys have built your whole defenses, and you have helped auxiliary defenses by laying down these barrels in advance. So let's see here. I think I'm going to switch to Deadeye real quick, just because he's handy dandy. And I like how he looks more. Alright, so 2 different maps, Dust Town and Skydance. We're going to take a look at each of them, but we'll go ahead and look at Skydancer first, as it is my favorite. And note in the bottom left, the world's best little loading icon. That's right. Y'all know you love it. Don't even lie. The twerking little demon dude? Come on. Alright, so this is Skydance. So you can see these are the things that we're trying to protect. They're called nexuses. There's one there, and on this map the other one is over that way, right there. So if you fall too far and end up in that thing, you die. The winds that keep you up don't exist on the corner, so if you just walk off a corner, you can fall right between there and end up dying. You can also swoop down underneath, and if you accidentally fall off and you manage to get into it, there is a way to get all the way to the other side and end up coming up from it. But, you know, that's a thing. It's a thing to keep in mind. This is my favorite map to play this dude at, because you can just float up here completely untouched and snipe bad guys all you want. It's a lot of fun. Alright, so you do see these yellow lines right here. These are the routes that the monsters are going to go. So on this wave 1 of 8 rounds, there's always 8 waves. You can see there's some coming out the top. They're going to go this way and attack that nexus. Some out the bottom, they're going to go this way and attack that nexus. So in the first round, we don't have a time limit on setting up our defenses, but every subsequent round after this one, you're going to have a timer. It's about a minute and a half, I believe, or so. But press F and you can put down, you see the little white ring around them of what their, the area they are able to affect is. And different ones, so you saw I only was able to place one of that fire mage type thing, but some other things you can place more than one of, like this one gives us 2. So you could set up some kind of defense like this with these guys stopping the bad dudes, and then this chick raining fire from above on them. So stuff like that is very easy to do. There are different levels. So you saw these guys are white, she was blue. There's also gold, which usually I've only seen a couple gold so far. One is a gargoyle demon that runs around and attacks on his own for your side, and he's a gold. The other ones are catapults, which actually do insane amounts of damage at a huge range that you can put up, but you don't really find very many of those, so it's, catapults are OP. You want catapults. I'll just leave it at that. So this is kind of how you would set up a defense type thing. You can see at the bottom left, you have 70 total defensive units that you can use. So you kind of have to watch numbers towards. It's going to take you a few rounds to get to the max either way, but it is something you got to keep an eye on. Now you can notice right now all of these I'm placing down instantly place, which is quite handy. However, during combat phase, there's a little bit different thing. So I'm going to snag up. I'm not really going through this to try and win, but I am going to start a combat round just to show that. So we're going to go grab birds because I want to show them off as well. And instead of placing them, we're going to go ahead and start the combat phase. So now that the combat phase, you can see I can still place these, and you have this whole bar. So the circle on the outside shows how long it will take. And then there's the skill check in the middle with the little bouncing ball that if you can manage to land in the orange parts, then it insta-plays. So take another look at that. Land in the orange thing, it places quite quickly. And you can see basically how the whole, these are the monsters that come after you. There's several different types. There's bosses. There's insane coolness. All over the place it can happen. These little green things heal your hero back up. And that's a thing. And then you'll see over here, bad guys will just follow the little routes they're put on and come to attack your Nexus, pretty much ignoring all that stuff. So let's see how long it takes them to destroy a Nexus. Now this isn't a boss, this is a round 1 basic dudes. You can see it lives for a fair long bit. Also, when the round ends, when the wave is over and it goes back into build phase, both of your Nexuses regen some health. So that's something to notice. Let's just miss like a bunch. Why not? So yeah, that's pretty much how this whole thing goes down in the strats behind it. So I'm going to go ahead and switch characters and switch maps, and I'll bring you guys back once we're on Dust Bowl with, we'll probably try out Samson. Okay, and we're back with the lovely dethroned one, Samson. So this is the other map called Dust Town. So you see currently there is no environmental hazards like there was in Skydance with the endless drops, but that will change momentarily. But again, just like the other one, we'll just kind of wander around the map, show it off here for you real quick, and there it's already coming. Of course it is. Oh, I hate. Alright, so this map is a very interesting in that it does have a environmental, which is very brutal. There it is. So this is a tornado. You can see it. I'll try and run past it. You can see I'm going to stop moving. It drags you in. So if I was to get caught in this, it does this. And ripperoonies. Really annoying environmental hazard. Really don't like that one. Because it will affect how you move from across the map. It can affect you and start dragging you around, which is really a pain in the butt. Really a pain in the butt. I hate. Alright. Anyway, I'm just going to start this just so you can see what kind of damage Samson puts out. And, yeah. Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, good catch. So as you can see, 6,000 damage right there to these guys. And a little bit less to the other guys outside on the AoE. But that's basically his playstyle. As he sets these traps, he can throw them at the enemy like so. Can also move the enemies themselves, so you can actually group them up, which is really good as a support type thing if you're playing with somebody else. Like the Ash, the Knight dude, you can group them all up completely fine for him, and then he can do his I'ma beat the crap out of you thing. But, alright, so that's going to do it for this one, guys. I just wanted to give you guys a quick overlook to what is coming up. So over the next 2 days, you're going to see a couple other videos from Comrade and myself on this game, doing some of the multiplayer stuff where you'll see the bosses, you'll see some of the end game, how the builds happen, and all that fun stuff. It's a great game though, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video, make sure you square up with that like button, like it's your favorite hater. Subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, leave me a comment on what you think about the game and what you think their next class is, because I know they're putting in a 4th class. I just don't know what it is. So I definitely look forward to seeing what they bring up, because there's more games. There's all kinds of stuff that they got listed as in development that I'm really interested in. So alright, guys, so and there's the boss. That's how you know there's a boss coming. Rip. Alright, guys, I'm going to end this up. Check me out on Twitch if you haven't already. Shoot me a follow on there. Link is in the down there. Comment, like, subscribe, all the things. I said all the words, so words are hard. I'm going to take off. Later. And just as a last little thing, guys, I forgot to say it in the videos, but in the description below is a link for where you can pre-order and lock in the copy of this game and get 4 beta keys for your friends. So make sure you check it out. Later.